We'll check out Children's Day at the theater.
We'll go behind the scenes at the TNT Youth Conference.
And we'll get our game on at Let's Play Gaming Expo.
All this and more coming up About Town.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to About Town. I'm Robin Philbeck.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman, and so glad to have Robin back this week.
Thank you for having me. It's a delight.
Well, and this is going to be happening a lot, folks, so just get ready. And we're glad, I didn't tell you that part, did I? And we're glad you tuned in for news on the Irving Symphonic Band's upcoming concert and a lot of new developments at Main Stage 222, including the Live Blues Review.
We'll also find out why the best is yet to come at this year's Great Harvest benefiting Irving Cares.
As always, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know about a community event you'd like to promote on the show or a story you'd like to see.
You can email us at ictn@cityofirving.org or connect with us on social media. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you.
This week, the spotlight is on the big fun Irving kids had this summer as we take a look back at Children's Day at the theater.
Taylor's oldest time.
The wonderful world of Disney visited the stage at the Irving Arts Center for the annual Children's Day at the theater.
Bittersweet and strange, finding you can change.
Today we're doing a show called Happily Ever After. It's our Princess Palooza show. It's a show that features a lot of the iconic characters and from Storybook that are made famous through Disney in their films. And it's kind of an interactive show that the children recognize the music and the characters.
Geppetto's Theater once again partnered with the city to provide a free and entertaining puppet show.
The American culture has grown up watching the Muppets and Sesame Street. So we're all very used to seeing that type of art form. What they haven't seen is marionettes. The marionettes are, of course, the last time there was a famous marionette was probably Howdy Doody, and that was in the 50s. And so it's something new to them. They haven't seen it. It's like a 3D character coming to life to them on stage. And children are very quick to suspend disbelief and just buy into that is live on stage. And so it's very unique to them, and they love the music and the color and everything else. So it's a great art form for them.
18 different marionettes performed the stage, from Ariel to Elsa, each bringing wonder and joy to the children of Irving.
Every time you bring out one of the characters for one of the numbers, the kids, you hear the awe and you hear them singing along. They know who that character is. So they've already bought into the show as soon as you bring out some of the characters. They love it. Probably Aladdin is my favorite because he's so cool because he rides a carpet and carries a lamp to make wishes.
While the kids are enjoying singing along to their favorite Disney classics, they are also getting a chance to step away from the TV screens and appreciate live theater.
Anything that you can do to get children out from watching a flat-screened video or TV or anything else is live theater is extremely important. We know it's important. Anything that's interactive, that they're going to be able to unplug that technology for a little bit and do something that is, live stage. And I think it's very important that children, especially of a young age, are exposed to live theater, not just this theater, but anything else. Live theater is so important. It teaches them theater etiquette. It teaches them how to appreciate these arts. And they need to know that at an early age, because if you don't catch them before they're teenagers, we're going to lose them forever anyway. So you really got to expose them to the arts. And the fact that the city of Irving has brought this in that's accessible and free, it's a great opportunity for them.
Educating children about the arts while celebrating beloved Disney princesses. For About Town, this is Susan Stevens.
Beauty and the Beast.
To learn about upcoming activities for kids, visit cityofirving.org and click the calendar of events.
Irving teens stepped into the spotlight this summer when the TNT Youth Conference came to town. Teens from across the state competed, learned stagecraft, and made lifelong connections through their love of theater.
Julia's mother wanted her to consider.
There's a lot more to gain from theater arts than just performing.
A good, upstanding friend of the Capulets. Notice we did not say a friend of the Montagues. The Capulets and the Montagues are... Right.
Theater arts hits every stage of life. We're not talking just actors, singers, and dancers, but we're training our future public speakers, our politicians, our tech people, our doctors, our lawyers. Everyone can benefit from a training in theater.
That is why young actors from 20 theaters across Texas have gathered at the Irving Arts Center for the annual TNT Youth Conference.
Texas Nonprofit Theaters is a service organization that helps support small community theaters or all community theaters within the state.
And they come and share what they've been practicing for months, or just participate in the workshops and meet new people, and it's an experience.
In the mornings on Friday and Saturday, we have workshops such as voice acting, stage combat, improv, and Shakespeare. We have a Shakespeare class, and they learned Shakespeare lauds and Shakespeare slams, which is a fun thing.
And in the afternoon, students show off their hard work with a selection of performances.
Whichever.
We have dramas, we have comedies, we have original works, all by students under 18 years of age.
Seeing all the shows, I get to see shows that I've seen performed before in a completely new way, or see a completely new show that I'm just this is fantastic. I would love to be in this, or I'd love to produce this. The most valuable thing that I've learned would have to be how to really let loose and get rid of all the borders that you have with letting yourself. You don't want to, in improv especially, you're just I don't want to look stupid, but you have to let go of all of that. And same with if you're performing on stage, you have to go big or go home, I guess.
The TNT Youth Conference is also a networking opportunity.
You meet so many different people that you wouldn't get to meet otherwise, or whenever you go to college, I'm going to college next year, and I know someone that's going to the college I'm attending, and I met her through the youth conference, so it's I already have connections.
It's a connection with like-minded individuals who share passion for acting.
It's my place of hope. It's my place of peace. It's my place of regeneration. It's where I can go and become something and be able to give back to the audience who has given me love and adoration.
It's an escape from the real world, if you ever had, whenever I had health problems and stuff like that, it was an escape from don't have to deal with that right now. I'm a completely different person. I don't have to worry about that.
Texas Nonprofit Theaters encourages young artists while promoting theater and the dramatic arts. For About Town, this is Susan Stevens.
Up next for Texas Nonprofit Theaters, the Fort Worth Fringe Fest, September 6th through 8th at Fort Worth Community Arts Center. Visit their Facebook page for more information.
The Irving Symphonic Band closes out their season with Celebrate Irving.
And Lola Brown is here with the details. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's always great to see you, Lola. I love the title of this concert, Celebrate Irving. Tell us what it's all about.
This concert is dedicated to our community. We're going to have, we're promoting Keep Irving Beautiful, because we all live here and want to keep our city nice and clean for everybody. But the concert will play a lot of fun stuff like America the Beautiful. So there'll be some patriotic stuff, and then This Land Is Your Land, and just a lot of
all those things that people want to hear when they're feeling proud of their community and their country.
I love it. I love it. Hey, what do the attendees need to know about parking and those types of details? Chairs? Do we bring our own?
Yes.
What does that look like?
It's there's a lot of parking over at Heritage Square. It's by the gazebo, and yes, bring blankets, lawn chairs, umbrellas, picnics, anything you want. It's just a fun night in the park.
Great. I love that you guys are benefiting KIB. Tell me about that. Is it a different charity each concert, or is it throughout the whole season?
Yes.
What made you guys decide to do that? I love it. Giving back.
We had a theme: people, place, and pets.
Oh.
And so this one happens to be places, our home.
I love it.
So
yeah, that makes sense. It really does. It's a great theme for your season.
Yes.
So I'm just, because I know this is closing out the season, so when will you guys kick off your next season?
we will have our fall concert Sunday, October the 20th at the Irving Arts Center at 2 p.m. And it's just going to be our fantastic fall concert.
Yeah, we love it. We love it.
That is great. So the upcoming concerts for the next seasons, any hints for the next season?
Well, it's right around mid-October-ish, so we'll have probably some fun stuff, and we always play a lot of marches and.
The kinds of things you want to hear a band. Absolutely.
Yes.
So folks, you don't want to miss Celebrate. I'm going to say celebrating no matter what. So you don't want to miss Celebrate Irving, and that's going to be Thursday, September 19th at 7:30 p.m. at Heritage Park. Again, it's supporting Keep Irving Beautiful. So come on out and celebrate Irving and celebrate one of Irving's great organizations. We'll see you there. Cynthia Flores returns to the show with a look at the new documentary, Raise Hell, The Life and Times of Molly Ivins.
Hi, today I want to tell you about an amazing documentary that was inspired by a one-woman play starring Kathleen Turner 6 years ago in LA about an infamous Texan. It was called Red Hot Patriot, the kick-ass wit of Molly Ivins. Director Janice Engel was in the audience, and she was knocked out by who Molly Ivins was, how she spoke, and who she so brilliantly skewered as a political writer.
All right, I have come to cheer y'all up about the state of politics in this great nation. I know you think that it is looking dark and gloomy. Cheer up, it could always be worse. You could be living in Texas.
This documentary is what the director was inspired to create from that play. Raise Hell, The Life and Times of Molly Ivins is a timely documentary. Politics being at the forefront of the news, Molly's observations are surprisingly relevant even after her untimely death in 2007.
I bring to you our own Molly Ivins.
Molly Ivins appeared in papers all over the country.
How many legendary print journalists are there?
I'm a Texan. I drive a pickup truck. I drink beer. I hunt. I'm a liberal. So what?
The movie explores Molly's deep distrust of patriarchal authority and a need to stand up for the underdog. As her friend Kay Northcott says in the film, Molly hated anyone who would basically kick a cripple.
Molly came in like a house afire, making riotous fun of the legislature.
Representative so-and-so has the IQ of an adolescent pissant. I see him in the Capitol the next day and they say, baby, you put my name in your paper.
I accidentally became an authority on George W. Bush. Like the guy who climbed Everest, it was there.
I love the pacing and intimacy the director managed to give us as we learned that Molly believed that the Bill of Rights was in peril. She said, polarizing people is a good way to win an election and a good way to wreck a country. Molly's words have proven prophetic.
The people who Molly took apart were the right people to aim at, and they knew it.
What's your take on the draft-dodging, dope-smoking, deadbeat dad who divorced his dying wife?
Even though Molly was upfront about being a liberal, she hit the Democrats with her intelligent, scathing wit as well.
Molly could be very rough on progressives.
In my opinion, the Democratic leadership is gutless to an extraordinary extent. I had been asked to join the New York Times.
They wanted Molly for the unique voice, the iconoclast, but they wanted her to fit into the times. As we say in Texas, that dog don't hunt.
Damn, it's good to be back home again.
This film does a great job of telling the story of this media firebrand, Molly Ivins. She was 6 feet of Texas trouble who took on the good old boy corruption wherever she found it. Her razor-sharp wit left both sides of the aisle laughing and craving ink in her columns. It also made her a target to many who disagreed with what she wrote from her home in Texas.
One can make a difference in Texas. What the hell they need with one more liberal in Berkeley, California, for God's sake?
Texas has always been the national laboratory for bad government.
Major daily publications were buying her column and not running it.
You bet there's censorship. Anytime you do the kind of work Molly did, there's a price to pay for it.
Molly got death threats, threatening letters.
I think of you as a hateful, lying left liberal.
Through archived interviews of Molly and new interviews with the people in her life, we get a complete and entertaining portrait of this Texas treasure. We also get a special screening of the film only in the state of Texas at the end of August. The rest of the country will just have to wait till the middle of September to enjoy this documentary.
We keep pretending that the political spectrum runs from right to left. It doesn't. It runs from top to bottom. It's not those people in Washington. It's not those people in your state capital. This country is run by us.
Somebody has got to look them in the eye and speak truth, and she did.
Raise Hell, The Life and Times of Molly Ivins opens August 30th in an exclusive engagement at Magnolia Pictures. Mainstage Irving Las Colinas has all kinds of news this fall, starting with a blues concert in September. Mary Bongfeld, Andrew Jones, and Carrie Leapi join us with the details. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
Well, there's a ton happening, Mary, with Mainstage Irving Las Colinas. The big deal is the new location. What can you tell us about Mainstage 222?
Oh, we are moving our studio and rehearsal space to Mainstage 222 down on Irving Boulevard. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, it is a city building and we are leasing it from the city. It's a wonderful building. We have more space all on one floor, which is great for those of us who are getting older. But anyway, there's some work we have to do on it. So the first thing we have ready to go is the outside venue. And we are thrilled to death. Everything's going to be there. Our storage, our rehearsal, both venues, and our office, everything's moving there. So we're still in getting it all moved.
That's
but
great.
We're going to move ahead, and on the 7th of September, which is a Saturday night, we are going to have a blues review, blues festival, a very fun time to get this space open to the public.
And kick
because
off.
our lease with the city and what we really want to do is expand into all parts of Irving, and we will be doing 6 events that are open to the public in that 222 main stage 222 space.
So
now,
big plans.
Big plans. We are not abandoning the Irving Arts Center. Our main stage shows will still be the Irving Arts Center, a full season. But this is where we're moving and expanding. So, brother, this is a big jump from main stage Irving Las Colinas. So we hope the city comes along with us.
Yeah, well, you know, if you have to drag us kicking and screaming, we want to be there because it's exciting.
It is exciting.
So, Carrie, you and Andrew Jones are the big deal at this, well, part of the big deal. I'll say
Part
it
of
that
the
way
big deal.
because you guys are headlining the event. But tell me, it's the Live Blues Review, and there are a bunch of great acts there. Can you talk about them?
There are, and let's see, there's a lot of international and national acts that will be there. Leo Hull will start off the show, Texas blues man Leo Hull, and then after him we'll have Lou Hampton and Jackie Don Lowe. And following that is international bluesman Benoist King with Kenny Chavez and David Holcomb.
Great.
And I'm really excited to be playing with Andrew Junior Boy Jones and myself with our national award-winning musicians. It's going to be a great night from beginning to end. I'm very excited.
Yeah, and things kick off, I think, at 6:30.
Yes.
And you guys are going till midnight. This is blues fabulous here.
Action-packed, and you can bring a picnic and enjoy yourself with a little picnic basket. Bring your wine and cheese. Get your ticket first, but it'll be good. It'll be
Sounds good. So, Andrew, let me ask you about the Jones Blues Band. You have done a bunch of international touring. Tell us a little bit about the band.
Well, the band, seasoned musicians. They've international. Everybody's been out there a while, and we just completed a new CD that is probably next month will be released. But they're great musicians, and I just can't say enough about them.
Yeah, well, let me brag on you a little bit because I went through and did a little bit of research. You've toured internationally with Freddie King. You've toured internationally, you know, so many big blues names. You guys being there that night to round out the evening is going to be spectacular. So we're really, really glad. And let me just point out that Carrie actually graduated from MacArthur High School. So along with Leo Hull, we've got a bunch of Irving presence on that stage that night.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we're excited about it, folks. Looking forward to it. Everybody, Live Blues Review, kicking off several great events that are going to be happening at Main Stage 222. This one is Saturday, September 7th from 6 to 10 p.m. You can get your tickets pre-sale for $10 at 972-252-ARTS.
Let's Play Gaming Expo returned to the Irving Convention Center at Las Colinas with even more to see, play, and do. Susan Stevens was there, and she brings us this story.
We've got cosplayers, we've got merchandise, and of course, we've got lots of video games here at the Let's Play Gaming Expo.
Gamers walk through one of the largest and most interactive expos in Texas.
We have 3 floors dedicated to as much interactivity with video games as you can. So on the first floor, we have benders, we have arcades all set free to play, over 85 of them. We have indie developers, tabletop card games, really cool like Paradise Lounge, D&D, all sorts of stuff going on all weekend.
Last year, the convention hosted a Super Smash Bros. Competition, but this year, they are honoring the 30th anniversary of a 1980s cult classic.
The Wizard is a movie from the 80s starring Fred Savage and Christian Slater, and it's about these kids that end up going to Universal Studios to compete in a tournament. So that was sort of like the first moment that video gamers saw, oh, like you can there's a championship. I want to be a part of this championship. So we wanted to reignite that vision at the Let's Play Gaming Expo. So we're going to have a championship that revolves around a collection of retro video games that focus around Nintendo products. It's going to be a blast.
Basically, we're going to have 4 games for our qualifying rounds today, up until 6 p.m. We have Final Fight, RC Pro-Am for the NES. We have Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy, and Pocky and Rocky for the Super Nintendo.
Contestants have 5 minutes to play each game. Players with the highest score move on to the final round in hopes of winning the grand prize.
The first place winner will be rewarded a trophy and actually a trip to Universal Studios.
While some took on the challenge, others explored the exhibit hall to shop merchandise, play old school arcade games, and try virtual reality gaming.
We've got one of our guys doing Beat Saber, so that's one of the hot VR games right now. It's basically Guitar Hero with lightsabers. It's a totally different experience. It's immersive. You can get a workout. I swear, you get in there and you do that, and you're not in shape, you will work up a sweat.
I certainly worked up a sweat attempting the VR Walk the Plank experience, which has you step into an elevator that will take you 80 stories up.
Now, in a VR elevator, you can do things that you can't do in a regular elevator, so we have people stick their head through. So you stick your head through the doors, so you can watch yourself go up. You get to the top, the doors open, and then you've got a plank out in front of you there, just sticking out into space. So the idea is you're going to walk it. Now, we have put a real plank here in place so that you can actually feel it when you step on it. It even wiggles a little bit.
Unfortunately, my fear of heights got the best of me, and I could not finish the terrifying walk.
You can walk back, but most people go ahead and step off and fall to the white light.
The convention also included discussion panels, the Arkham Arcade, and tabletop gaming. This expo brings together a community to celebrate what they love.
Games are a really good way for people to either have some escapism, be able to refresh at the end of a day. There's so much joy put into them, and the aesthetic of these games are so cheery and nice. I think it's just a joy to play them.
And stimulate their minds.
Video games, by their nature, are really just puzzles, and being able to train your brain to solve puzzles day in, day out has been proven to help your brain growth and help you be able to solve problems outside of a simulated world. So, I mean, those two things are, and I mean, they're just fun. They're interactive movies, essentially, so who wouldn't want to play out their favorite movie?
Play the games of your childhood or scope the latest trends. There's lots to get your hands on at the Let's Play Gaming Expo. For About Town, this is Susan Stevens.
If you missed this year's Gaming Expo, you can register for info on next year's event at letsplaygamingexpo.com.
There's a swinging affair in the works to celebrate Irving Cares.
Kyle Taylor and Betsy Lowe join us with the details. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Great to see you guys. Great Harvest is a big deal, but I'd like the audience or our viewers to know why it's such an important part of your mission at Irving Cares.
The Great Harvest, or the Swinging Affairs we're calling it this year, is our single biggest one-day attempt to raise what we call general operating money. It's our biggest fundraiser that we have for every year. What the money allows us to do is to target specific programs and also to raise the operating capital needed to run Irving Cares on an annual basis. We're about a $1.2 million a year operation, and so the money that we raise this night helps us to continue the work that we're doing in the city, in the neighborhoods and in the city.
That's important work.
Yep.
Well, it is a long-standing tradition, and we just love Great Harvest. And Betsy, you've been telling me bits and pieces about the theme, and this year you have a great one coming off the theme of last year's homecoming. Tell us about this year's theme.
Yes, we have changed it up a bit, and we have music of a big band, which will be fun. So everyone needs to come out and cut a rug. And I cannot dance, but I'm still going to be out there, maybe dancing like Elaine from Seinfeld.
I'll be with you with that dance.
And we have a lot of new and different, exciting items this year. So I think if you've been to one in the past, you're in for a little bit of a surprise.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, just kind of following up on what Betsy's talking about. The Dave Tanner Band is the band that we're going to have this year. Has had a presence in Irving for a long time. And for the first time this year, we're actually going to have a customer or a client who has gone through our Invest in Yourself program to come in. We're going to do a real quick, just kind of Q&A session with her. we've always done videos and this sort of thing, but this year we're going to have actually a live customer there to talk about her experience of working with Irving Cares, the importance of the work and the money that we do that night to help families like her get back on their feet and get to self-sufficiency.
That's a wonderful thing to do, so that people understand. It drives the point home of how important what you're doing is. So, Robin and I could not help but notice y'all's jewelry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, please.
You want to tell them about the rings?
Mine's bigger than his.
As it should be.
There you go. So, what's the story with the rings?
So the blinky rings, we've always done some kind of a catchy item during what we call the pre-function area, which is the first part. You can buy, we have 100 of these rings. We're hoping to sell 99 of them, auction off the last one. And then we will, at the beginning of Jeff Copeland, who's our auctioneer this year, at the beginning of the live auction, Jeff will pull one of the bidder numbers, and whoever's number is pulled, they will have the choice of a trip to either Las Vegas, since our theme is a swinging affair, kind of an ode to the Rat Pack, or to Tennessee, because we all know Frank Sinatra's favorite thing to drink was Jack Daniels. So you have your choice this year, and then whichever one of those trips does not go, we're going to put the other one back into the live auction.
Sounds like a plan.
And if the Tennessee trip is really neat, because if you don't want to go to Jack Daniels, you can just go down and hang around in Nashville, Tennessee, and do barbecue and blues and take a beer tour and that sort of thing. So there's some options with it this year, but we're hoping to sell all of these out to be able to do that, and then somebody wins a fabulous trip to either Las Vegas or Tennessee.
I'm in.
Great. Sounds wonderful. Well, real quick before we wrap up, are you guys still accepting sponsorships, donations,
Yes, we're always accepting sponsorships and donations. I'm going to tell you, we're having it at the Irving Convention Center. It's on September 20th. The food this year is out of this world. The Convention Center has done a really good job of theming the food to our theme itself.
It's a supper.
It's a supper club type thing, so it's going to be full table service. Even the hors d'oeuvres in the pre-function area or the silent auction area are going to be dated back, or kind of be not dated, but will be themed to that era. And you will never see this food again. After the Convention Center, we had our tasting, and it was unreal. I've never seen Margas just go, oh my gosh, when the food came out. So we're really excited about the food this year.
That's great. So if anybody's inspired to dress up a la supper club circa 1956, can we do that?
Yes, please.
Okay, cocktail dresses.
Very
good. And I do have to say something about the donations. Have Betsy will travel. So I'll go anywhere.
Pick it up.
I love it.
Sounds great.
Folks, you do not want to miss a swinging affair, because the best is yet to come. That's going to be Friday, September 20th, 6:30 to 11 p.m. at the Irving Convention Center. Go to irvingcares.org to purchase sponsorship and tickets.
Irving artist Beverly Fuqua was well known for her love of art and animals, and her passion for helping people with disabilities. A retrospective of her work is on display at the Center for the Arts at J.C. Park, but only through August 30th. Here's a look and a list of other not-to-be-missed events about town.
And here are a few more unforgettable activities happening about town. The Heritage Senior Center invites all adults over 18 to a casino night on Friday, August 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. Call 972-721-2496 for more information.
Radhakrishna Temple presents Classic Bollywood, exploring the evolution of Indian dance on Sunday, September 8th at 1:45 p.m. in Carpenter Hall.
The Volunteer Fair is back for the second year at the Irving Arts Center. Learn about opportunities to give back to your community on Tuesday, September 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Irving Arts Center main gallery.
And the Dallas Mexico Casa Guanajuato kicks off Hispanic Heritage Month with Ballet Folklorico Mayahuel on Saturday, September 14th at 7:30 p.m. Call 972-252-ARTS for tickets for all the events at the Irving Arts Center. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time for a look at the Walk the Runway teen fashion show at Cimarron Park Recreation Center and a recap of this year's Irving's Funniest Comic.
We'll also preview Mainstage ILC's collaboration with Think India, A Royal Dilemma, and we'll rediscover Via Real.
Yay! We'll get you ready for the music of the Main Street event in September with a look back at Brave Combo in performance at this year's concert series. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Robin Philbeck. Have a great evening. About Town.